Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to our part two for this week. So, in this one, we're just going to go over some free agency news, or previewing, I should say, what's going to happen in free agency. First things up is going to be franchise tags. So, that I think we're going to be seeing more news in this upcoming week. Who's going to get the franchise tag? Who won't? Who's going to enter free agency? So, I think we'll start off there. Um, for franchise tag candidates, who do you guys have? Who do you think is going to get tags next week?
Start this one off. I got Christian Wilkins, D lineman for the Dolphins. I think this is kind of a little bit of an obvious one. I mean, usually teams, besides the quarterback, your kind of biggest priority as a team is almost that pass rusher. And I mean, they have the cap space with Tua still being on a rookie contract. I think he's coming up soon. I don't think he's going to get the top dollar, which will put them in kind of cap hell. And Christian Wilkins has been a super productive player, kind of the big name on their defense right now. I know they have Bradley Chubb. I don't think he had the greatest year, but I think Christian Wilkins has been their most consistent player throughout their years that he's been there. So like I said, I don't see many pass rushers ever entering free agency unless the pass rusher doesn't want to be there. So I think they keep Christian Wilkins, put him under their tag, try and get him extended, and kind of work from there. But yeah, I can't see him leaving the Dolphins.
Yeah, Bryson.
Yeah, no, I agree with that one. I'm gonna take. I feel like a pretty kind of clear cut one. Chris Jones, um, Chiefs. We just saw a Super Bowl where he was kind of on the defensive side of the ball, was really the biggest player, made some big plays, and I think Chiefs are kind of really strong at defense right now. At least how they've been the last few years. Um, I mean, we've been talking about it all year. We talked about it in our last video debates. Um, this is definitely the best defense they've had in a while, and I think they want to keep that rolling. Um, want to keep it as you know almost as mirrored as they possibly can, and really, Chris Jones is the heart of their defense. Um, and regardless of what the contract looks like, I think they're gonna make it work.
Yeah, I'd be very shocked if they just let him walk test free agency. Without
Yeah,
him,
the performance.
I don't know. I can't see that ever happening. But okay, no, I guess I'll give one for me. I'll go with Josh Allen, but not Braden's Josh Allen. Josh Allen from the Jags, because he's their only good pass rusher. I know they traded for, not traded for, sorry, they traded up, traded up. No, they traded. I'm sorry, they drafted Trayvon Walker a few years ago. They reached for him big time. He has not really panned out. So Josh Allen really is their only good edge rusher, best defender on that team.
Yeah. Um, I know Bryson has one more guy, and I can't see too many people after those names kind of being franchise tagged. So I'm throwing T. Higgins. We kind of already know he's going to be franchise tagged. They've already expressed that they want to tag him. Definitely want to keep him. Try and keep that two-headed monster with Jamar Chase. A little worried about what they're going to do for the rest of the team because that's a lot of money in those three players on offense. But it's an amazing player. Like I said, I think I've said this before. T. Higgins would be a number one on pretty much any other team if he wasn't behind Jamar Chase. So amazing player. Another kind of position you into franchise tag is that receiver. So don't think that they get a long term extension with him, but they get one more year trying to run it back and, like we said in the earlier video, try to uncrown Mahomes from that AFC.
Yeah, no, can't argue with there. T. Higgins, I kind of really the only thing holding him back is Jamar Chase, but still a great player. Um, for me, I'm gonna go with Brian Burns, Panthers. Kind of, I don't know. It sucks for the Panthers because they're just gonna be bad no matter what. So I mean, you could argue that their defense if not just as bad, even worse than their offense. You know, they kind of threw the kitchen sink to get Bryce Young, and are kind of picking up the pieces where they can, and they definitely need the his talent on the defensive side. Yeah, we know they need to kind of bolster up that offense, maybe get some receivers. Maybe I don't know. You could argue, is Adam Thielen really the veteran presence you want there? Not really. So I'm sure I'm sure they're looking, to kind of bolster up on the offense. But yeah, this is definitely somebody they're going to need on the defensive side. Uh, Sounding like it's is not 100% locked in, but the team is. All the reports are coming out that it's pretty pretty almost near a done deal. Hopefully next week we'll see. Um, if not, like maybe the first week of March. But yeah, definitely, really the only name you kind of think of when you think of the Panthers defense. So
Mm, For a team with almost no talent, you can't let the little bit of talent you have leave.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'd love to see him hit free agency. He'd probably definitely get paid big time, but yeah, they ain't letting him leave. It's like Chris Jones. I was saying, not saying they're on the same level, but a young pass rusher like him, good luck in Carolina.
Paid big contract.
But yeah, that's our franchise tag candidates. We're looking to see maybe next week when they actually start tagging players. But with that, let's transition to the actual free agents, the guys that are going to be able to test the market, see what their price is. So with that, let me throw out some names for you guys. You guys just tell me, I guess, what team you guys think they'll land on, or maybe they'll stick with the team that they're already on. But yeah, if you want to go into details, I don't know, whatever details you want to go into. But first names up, Kirk Cousins. Where will he land?
I'll take this one
Go ahead.
just to avoid Braden after saying it. I know there's some debate on this one. I know Braden's a little probably quaking over there. I don't know whether he thinks it's a good or bad thing, but no, I think the Vikings will keep him. Um, he's stated he wants to stay there. He stated he wants to end his career there. Um, he's getting older, but if not for the injury, he was having a pretty good year. I mean, he had that really hot start. I mean, he was putting up MVP numbers. Um, Lost Justin Jefferson, and then the injury himself. So I think he bounces back. I think right now Vikings are. I think the offense isn't bad. They got a lot of young guys. The talent is there. We know what Justin Jefferson is, and we just watched Jordan Addison kind of have a pretty phenomenal year. Yeah, maybe it was a little bit when Jefferson kind of was gone. He obviously had to step into the limelight, but I think while he was there, he was impactful, useful, and the talent is there for sure. And yeah, I think they can be a good duo. So really, just kind of got to lock in that QB. Um, maybe they won't be willing to pay him as much because of that, the down year. But I think they keep him. Just kind of makes sense. They have history with him. Sounds like he loves the organization and vice versa. Um, really no animosity towards each other. So I can't see them really moving on from that. And not sure if they really have the draft capital to kind of make a move in the draft. I know this is a pretty heavy QB draft class, but uh, really not really many you want to reach for outside of maybe the top 15. But um, yeah, to me, I think they're clear cut are going to keep him just to kind of keep keep the chemistry there and maybe give him 2 years and hope to if it doesn't work out, start building the draft capital to maybe find their next QB in the draft. But uh, I'm sure they'll definitely make the playoffs if they're healthy. I feel like I think they can definitely do it.
Cousins staying in Minnesota. That's actually probably likely. Next one. Don't know why I'm throwing it to you, but I'm gonna do it anyways. Legarius Sneed looking to break the bank. Where will he land?
Yeah, this is what I was hoping Bryson took the first one because I saw his name second on the list, and yeah, I'm watching. He's definitely one of those players that are kind of a even franchise tag candidate, I think, in my opinion. But we like I said, Chris Jones probably gonna get it. Probably gonna get a huge contract if he doesn't get tagged, so it's a lot of money. His cap space eating up. They have Trent McDuffie, who's great, so I young corner, so I don't know how they're gonna afford L'Jarius Sneed and try and make improvements to this team still. But that man hits free agency, kind of a homer pick, but I think he's coming to the Steelers. We're starting to cut players. We're trying to make space, and I think one of our biggest needs is that kind of corner opposite of JPJ. He doesn't follow, but he tries to be on that number one receiver corner. And our biggest problem was when they got away from JPJ. That's when receivers would have the biggest problem. So I think he'd be a great fit. He has the pedigree, has kind of what the Steelers look for in players, and he'd be a great fit for us. So bit of a homer pick, but I can't wait to see him in the black and gold.
Show us in the edit, then I'll believe it when I see it.
You'll see it. Just wait. September. You'll see it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, we'll see. I'm gonna switch it up here. So, where will Derrick Henry land?
That's
I,
a tough one. I just
hate,
don't.
I hate to admit it. I was scared when the trade deadline was coming up because I thought they were gonna make a move for him earlier, but I have him going to the Ravens. I know they're looking for a veteran running back. What's his name? One that keeps getting J.K. Dobbins. Kind of, I think he might be a free agent this year, and he has a history of injuries, so they need a running game. It hasn't really been one besides Lamar Jackson, so I think Derrick Henry's kind of fits perfectly. Kind of get the speed with Lamar, and then still have that thumper that can just, I mean, just pretty much run you into the ground.
It's definitely one of the options. It's either Baltimore or Houston. I can see, but yeah, you're not gonna like that when that happens. Good luck to
Already,
good luck to Legarius Sneed getting stiff armed.
good luck to Derrick
uh,
Henry when he gets stripped by TJ every play.
All right, I like that. That's good.
oh gosh.
Yeah, so Derrick Henry. You know, I'm gonna throw another running back. Next one, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon, yeah. I mean, there's a chance they keep him. I wouldn't say it's um, the most likely team. I mean, it's just so weird thinking of Barkley not on the Giants. Um, I don't know. To me, it's between I I think it's whether the Texans make it or if the Ravens end up snagging Derrick Henry, then I think the Texans could make a move on him. Um, I mean, I didn't hate Singletary this year, but yeah, I definitely think they're looking to kind of bolster that running back position to kind of pair with Stroud, just to give him a veteran presence of like a more dominant, like needing the ball type ball carrier because that Singletary definitely wasn't that. I don't know. I think it just depends on what Ryan's wants that how that offense, how he wants that offense to look. Because I mean, we saw Stroud have success with Singletary and kind of Pierce at the beginning, and then Singletary kind of took over. So, I mean, I think he'd be a good fit there. I know the only other team is maybe the Bears, but I don't know. I feel like more than likely, if Henry goes to the Ravens, I could see him going to the Texans.
because Singletary isn't good enough to be an RB1.
Yeah, I mean, just hate it, man. Did you see the stretch he was on last this past year?
Because he plays behind an amazing quarterback always. That that defense don't focus on.
Yeah, he's got more out of got more out of the Buffalo offense than James Cook did, and I like James Cook, so
I don't know if I agree with that. James Cook had a run at the end of the year that I've never
Yeah,
seen Devin Singletary even
James
sniff.
Cook did well. Yeah, James Cook did explode kind of near the end.
And had 200 yards in a game. Singletary barely hits 100.
I mean, that's not his fault. It's just Josh Allen. And Josh Allen finally learns how to give the ball away.
Okay. Because you don't want to
Another,
give the ball to people who are worse.
he didn't. I mean, hey, he's a good guy. He's a good player.
It's like
He
what
hated.
Kobe says. Why would I pass you the ball when I work harder than you?
Josh Allen just doesn't know how what a good run game is. So I don't think you'll ever know.
Save that for later.
Save it for another day. We'll do that another time. But next one, gotta. I know this is your division rival, but that's all right. He might be leaving, so maybe it's a good thing. Patrick Queen, where will he land?
That's a hard one. I don't know. I definitely know he's not going back to the Ravens. He is a young, very athletic player. I mean, he was picked, I believe, top 10 or no, he was first round. It definitely was a very high pick. They already have Roquan Smith, and they drafted a middle linebacker last year, so I think he's definitely out. They weren't really utilizing him how he probably wanted to. He's another player that I'm looking at my team. I'm not the big. I don't really want him, but I don't know. It's a hard one. It's gonna have to be a team that's willing to pay him because he's probably going to make around 20 million a year. So yeah, I don't know what team needs a middle linebacker that can afford that right now. Not the most proven talent.
Yeah, I don't see him coming back to Baltimore. As far as a team, I mean, I can't really see him staying in the division. Honestly, I was gonna say someone in the division, but I feel like he's
We don't,
enjoyed his time in Baltimore, so I don't think he'd do that to them.
I don't think anyone in the. I mean, we just said T. Higgins got franchise, so I don't think the Bengals could afford him. And then, I mean, my team is a team looking for a middle linebacker. I want Snead though, but and yeah, I don't know about the Browns. I think they're good with their middle linebacking core.
Watch him go to the Chargers because of Harbaugh. I don't know. Just throwing a name out there. There's no connection. I just was saying that just because I don't know. He may want to go to his brother's team.
Could be one Harbaugh to the next.
I got two more names. This is a big name free agent, one I think we all love. Mike Evans. Where will he land?
Tough one, cause I mean, does Tampa really want to move on from that? I feel like he wants to be there too, or I don't know. Maybe I mean, everything I'm hearing it sounds like he's one of those guys that wouldn't. Not that he like isn't loyal and wouldn't leave, but I don't know. Everything sounds like he wants to stay, but whether this happens, I'm not sure. But I feel like the best fit for him and would be crazy to see is if he went to the Chiefs. That would be crazy. Him and Mahomes, that'd be pretty scary. Um, does that happen? I don't know. Probably not. But I don't know. I to me, I feel like he probably stays in Tampa. I also think they're going to keep Baker as well. Uh, so I feel like Baker had a pretty phenomenal year, at least in terms of his recent struggles. definitely I felt was deserving of the comeback player of the year. Um, whether is he actually going to continue that success? I don't know. But I mean, I don't think the I don't know. At the same time, I don't know. I don't think the Bucks are really thinking that they're really anything more than maybe the first round playoff team. Not really going to make it past the first or second round, but I don't know. It's just I can't picture Evans anywhere else really.
I think he might stay in division.
No, he wouldn't
I
do
was
that.
thinking the Carolina Panthers.
He wouldn't do that. That guy's so loyal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but if there's
he's
a title,
definitely. I don't know. To me, he
they don't
seems
want
like
to pay.
the loyal guy.
Yeah, but I mean,
I think he
I
wants to. I think he wants to be paid,
he does.
and
I
that's a
don't
team that
see
can
him.
definitely pay.
I don't see him going to Carolina. I mean, I feel like he was loyal to them. Obviously, he wants to stay on them, but I don't think he's one of those guys who's going to go to the rival to get back at him.
I think it matters what team you go to when you leave.
I
Too
doubt
much.
it. I mean, I doubt it. But I'll tell you this: he won't go to the Chiefs because Mahomes needs trash receivers so that he can prove Brady's point. So he ain't going to the Chiefs.
That's
And no more Hall of Famers for him. Continue doing it without.
Okay, last one. Edge rusher, Daniil Hunter. What do you think he ends up?
Giving me the hard ones.
I'm just mixing it up here.
Yeah. It's harder. It's hard for defensive players, especially a pass rusher, because I mean, what team doesn't need a pass rusher almost? Um,
Apparently, you guys do. Apparently, or the Micah Parsons.
we don't need to get back to that. It's starting to cool down from that. I think they're gonna try and keep him. The Hunter is, I mean, he's played. He's still with the Vikings, right? He didn't leave there. Okay, yeah. I think they try and keep him. They're another team that just defensively doesn't have much talent. He's been there most of his career. He's a long-term vet now. I think at least 8+ years in the league. I don't think this is his first contract coming up. So I think this is a guy they try to make a lifer for them, trying to get them a little bit cheaper. Try and run it back with the team they had. I mean, like we said, we saw Kirk Cousins go down. Justin Jefferson got hurt, but they were looking great when they were healthy. So I think they want to try and run it back. I think he'll stay. Like I said, you don't tend to let pass rushers leave.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best odds. They just stay with the Vikings. Yeah, I think you're right. I really can't picture. I can't think of anywhere else. I mean, obviously, you said it's an edge rusher. Everybody kind of needs edge rushers. Maybe do the Rams need extra help? Do they need an extra pass rusher over there?
nah, we're chilling.
I
I don't
mean,
know. Your rookie couldn't win Defensive Player of the Year, so I don't know.
He
Is he good
he
enough?
he did cut. He did. He should have. It was a crap award. Not have been Will Anderson.
I'm just happy someone else feels my pain with the NFL awards.
no, we don't need to go on another PSA here. Yeah, I think we're good on that note. Unless Bryson wants to, then the floor is yours.
I think it would be more for Puka.
I mean, you had a stronger case, in my opinion, just because it's not NFL offensively, quarterbacks run it. So I feel like yeah, Puka. If it wasn't, she just tried wasn't there, he should have won.
Yeah.
Bryson won't fight it because those are both his boys. So but yeah, no, that should wrap things up for our free agency predictions. Yeah, make sure to stay tuned to our Instagram because we'll be releasing more of those free agent predictions, maybe even trades. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And well, free agency around the corner. We also have NFL Combine. I want to say next week. Yeah, next week or a week after. So definitely has some. Yeah, the what they call the underwear Olympics. So yeah, be staying tuned for that. All those 40-yard dashes and I don't know, just all the on-field drills. Unfortunately, we won't be doing the 40-yard dash with them, but we'll try to plan out something. Not necessarily for the week of the combine, but we'll figure that out for sometime this year. I'll say that.
Need time to recover.
And
Time to get in shape. That's what it is.
sucks because I'm
You
like
need time
better
to
than I was when I first did my first one. So I definitely
Can
think
run
I
it
could get a
again.
better time.
Just spoiler alert, it was not faster than Brady.
Yeah, I'm aware.
No, we'll make sure to
You know
do
why?
that
Because
though.
Brady's the goat. Because Brady's the ghost. That's why.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
wrap this up.
yeah. Don't worry, we will not get into another debate with that. We already have a whole video dedicated to that. So yeah, make sure to check that out on the Mahomes versus Brady video. See whose side you're on, whether or not one of these guys could, turn you to their side. So, yeah, sorry, make sure to check that video out. And I guess before we end it, do you guys have any hot takes you guys want to end off with?
Already gave out my hot tape for the Magoat.
Anything for you, Bryson?
No, no, not right now. I got none. Maybe
All right,
closer to the draft.
yeah, I got one. So, there's that news that Dak Prescott's going to be highest paid quarterback. He's going to reset the market at 60 million per year, more than Mahomes. So, was that?
I just said gross.
Yeah, I agree. The fact he's going to get paid more than Mahomes, so he will. Yes, he will break the bank. He will become the Heisman quarterback, and the Cowboys will be one and done once again. That's not really a hot take, but just just saying what we all know. Well, yeah, we all know what's gonna
Trey
happen.
Lance. We need Trey Lance.
Forgot he's there.
Trey Lance. Trey Lance.
Yeah, we're on that Trey Lance watch as well as that Sam Darnold watch.
Waiting for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, thanks for watching, everybody. Again, share us your thoughts in the comments. What you think, whether you disagree or agree with any of our prediction or takes. And yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and again, follow us on Instagram. Keep up to date with what's going on in the NFL, and just see more of our opinions, takes, posts. So yeah, again, let's wrap things up. And until next time, shoots.
Ooh.